morning, everyone, and welcome to this year's Bike to Work Day. My name is Roman Steichen, and I am Director of Transit Services of Frederick County. I'd like to welcome you here to the Frederick Transit Center, our largest multimodal hub here in the county. Each day, our transit center represents the best of a multimodal commute. With buses, bikes, and trains, there are many options for many commutes. Speaking of commutes, while today is Bike to Work Day, we like to think of it as Bike to Wherever Day, and remind you that transit can help extend your trip with our bike racks on board every one of our buses. I'm thrilled to kick off our Bike to Work Day celebration by introducing a champion of safe transportation options for everyone across Frederick County. Please join me in welcoming Frederick County Executive Jessica Fitzwater.
Thank you, Roman. A huge round of applause again for our transit team. They are amazing. Well, good morning, everyone. I'm Jessica Fitzwater. I have the pleasure of serving as your county executive, and this is always one of my favorite days. I love seeing how many folks come out. It also forces me to get on my bike. I did ride my bike here from my house. I'm very proud of myself. I only live about 2 miles away, so you don't need to give me that big of a round of applause. But the bike didn't fall apart and I didn't injure myself, so I feel like that's a win. No, it's truly exciting to see the progress that we have made in the city of Frederick, in Frederick County, and in some of our other municipalities to keep working towards truly being a multimodal community. We're doing this in so many ways with the way that we're doing our land use planning in areas like the South Frederick Corridors Plan, the support that we get from our Bicycle and Pedestrian Advisory Committee, which I know the city and the county both have one. Shane Boucher, our chair of our county BPAC, is here, and I know a true champion for our cyclists, and I know there's other members of our county BPAC here as well, so if you could just wave, I appreciate you for your advocacy. Thank you. No, working on our Bikeways and Trails Master Plan is one of those initiatives in the county that truly forces us to break down silos. It's our planners working with our transportation folks, working with folks in our Department of Public Works, and I'm really proud of the strides we are making. We have a full-time bike and ped planner in our Division of Planning and Permitting now, who's still rather new, but helping us to really continue to kickstart the efforts that we're making and continuing to make progress across the county. So with that, I'm very pleased that I get to proclaim today as Bike to Work Day. Whereas bicycle commuting is an effective means to improve air quality, reduce traffic congestion and noise, and conserve fuel. Whereas bicycle commuting benefits both employees and employers through better employee health and fitness, reduces commuting, parking, and healthcare costs, lowers employee absenteeism and turnover, and increases employee productivity. And whereas commuters can ride bicycles to the downtown MARC station or bike to a transit bus stop, secure their bicycles on the bus rack, and ride transit to their work sites. And whereas the month of May is also Clean Air Month to promote air quality, and National Bike Month to promote the bicycle as a means of transportation and recreation. And whereas I commend Transit Services of Frederick County, the City of Frederick, the Common Market, Key 103, Bicycle Escape, the Frederick Bicycle Coalition, and the other organizations involved in planning today's fun-filled Bike to Work Day. This event helps to ensure a bright future for Frederick County. Therefore, I proclaim Bike to Work Day today, May 15th, and present this certificate, and I'd love to give it to Shane. Thank you guys so much for supporting this community.
I'm very short. Good morning, everyone. I'm on my tiptoes. Thank you. Thank you to everyone who joined on the ceremonial ride. Please give yourselves a round of applause. Excellent. We traveled through the city of Frederick on the Frederick History Bicycle Loop past elementary schools, Frederick Health Hospital, beautiful parks, historic sites, City Hall, and more. Biking in the city of Frederick continues to become a more viable and safer alternative to driving, thanks to the many efforts of the city staff. Thank you to the city staff. As well as the efforts and continued and thoughtful leadership of the person I am about to introduce. We are thrilled to be joined this year and for many years running by the City of Frederick's Mayor, Michael O'Connor.
Well, good morning, everyone. I hope by my attire you can see that I, in fact, did not bike to work today. I'm sad about that. I was looking at my calendar last night for this morning and looking at the weather forecast, and it was a 50-50, and then I woke up this morning and re-looked at my calendar and looked at the weather forecast and said I could do one or the other. I could do my calendar, I could do the weather, but it was going to be hard to do both just because of the way my schedule looks today. But being here to welcome you and to help reaffirm the city's commitment to the concept of biking, I think is really important. And I do find other opportunities, even if it's not always biking to work, to make sure that I'm using some of the infrastructure that Jamie talked about. We've worked really hard over the last 8 years since I've been mayor, but with Councilmember Russell even prior to that when we served on the Board of Aldermen together, to really promote and expand access to infrastructure for all modes of transportation, bicycles being a critically important one for so many in our community. And so whether it's the adoption of a comprehensive plan, whether it's the adoption of a complete streets policy, whether it's the commitment to a Vision Zero mindset, every road project that we undertake now, when we're doing a resurfacing, we're looking at ways in which we can add bicycle infrastructure. To a lot of people, and you all can be our biggest ambassadors for this, they see these small disconnected pieces of bicycle lane and they think it's random. And it's only random because that's the order in which the projects are being done. But there is a plan, and that plan's on the city's website, and it connects on-street bicycle infrastructure with our shared use path system, and ultimately to connect to the county's bicycle infrastructure so that we create a fully county-wide integrated way for people to get around without having to get into a car to do it. So in our budget for the upcoming year, we have funds for the North Branch Trail, so that's to continue to move bicycle infrastructure to the northern parts of the city, Old Farm, Whittier, and connect that. We continue to work towards the Rails with Trails project. I will tell you that there is federal funding in that project, and we have grave concerns about the state of the federal government right now and the ability of that funding to stay in these projects. And your advocacy will hopefully help anyone who has a question about whether or not this is something we should do, to let them know that this community wants this infrastructure, it matters to them, and we believe that having a reliable federal partner to make these projects a reality, whether it's bicycle and pedestrian infrastructure or stormwater infrastructure. We're seeing that out in Western Maryland today. Why that's so important, we're doing projects in the city of Frederick. We need the federal government, the state government. We know we have our county partners and the state. Delegate Chris Ferry is here, thank you so much. We have great state and county partners. We need our federal partners to be on board with the work that we're doing as well. And so I'm just glad that we are able to do this every year and help to recognize the value that this brings to our community and continue to grow and expand the work that we're doing in the city of Frederick. So thank all of you for participating. I too have a proclamation for Bike to Work Day. It says many of the same things that the county executive does, so I will spare you reading the same thing over again, other than to say I do proclaim this Bike to Work Day in the city of Frederick. And we're going to do our best to make sure that every day can be a Bike to Work Day in the city of Frederick. Our bicycle committee in the city of Frederick is the Active Mobility Advisory Committee, and Alyssa Boxhill is our chair, and I would like to present this to her. That's yours, yeah. Right on it.
Yeah. All right. Thank you so much, Mayor O'Connor, for participating in Bike to Work Day, however that looks. We appreciate having you here and for your efforts to support and improve multimodal transportation in the city of Frederick. Before I introduce our next person who's going to come up and speak, do me a favor and celebrate some of the groups who have joined us today, including the county DPW staff. Round of applause. Let's also say thank you to Thermo Fisher Scientific for always coming out. And a quick thank you to our folks from the Frederick County Sheriff's Office as well as Frederick Police Department for their continued support of this important work. Thank you so much for joining us today. All right, still on tiptoes, still feeling good. I am thrilled to welcome another advocate for accessible transportation as well as additional transportation funding to share remarks at this year's Bike to Work Day. We are lucky to have an advocate for safe and inclusive transportation statewide, right here in our community. Delegate Chris Fair continues to work tirelessly to advance equitable funding for transportation agencies like Transit Services of Frederick County, so that we can deliver on our promise to provide world-class services right here in Frederick. Please join me in welcoming our very own District 3 Delegate Chris Fair.
Good morning, everyone. Good morning. Good to see you. Let me get you better than that. Y'all just rode a bike for a few miles. Good morning, everyone. Good morning. We're thrilled. I'm thrilled to be here, as my colleagues are. I will mention I have been prepping for this for literally weeks, planning to come down here and celebrate the fact, like the county executive, I just rode to work today and see how my legs were able to hold up. However, I missed one key detail when I woke up this morning to get ready. When I said to my husband, I go, I'm gonna grab the bike to head out, and he looks at me and he goes, we lent it to Nathan last week because he's getting his car fixed. And so Nathan, my dear friend, is right now biking to work on my behalf at Frederick County Hospital. And in return, I walked here from my house, and so I'm walking to work today as my stand with all of you. But I just wanted to thank you all for coming out, both as a state delegate from this beautiful district, District 3 in the Maryland General Assembly. I would argue the best district in the Maryland General Assembly. Absolutely. I enjoy going down to Annapolis every day to talk about what makes Frederick the most unique community, county, city in our state. And one of the arguments that I make is just what Jamie is talking about. It is about this dedication to creating multimodal transportation networks, and in order to do that, we have to invest. As Maryland's fastest growing county, and Maryland's fastest growing municipality, and Maryland's second largest municipality, we need to be communicating that message day in and day out to the Maryland General Assembly to make sure we are bringing home the necessary infrastructure dollars to make those dreams a reality and create a better transportation network here in Frederick. I proudly serve on the Transportation Planning Board with my dear friend, Councilmember Kelly Russell, and we go down to the Transportation Planning Board every month, and we push for more investment for this area. Frederick County punches well above its weight when it comes to messaging about the efforts that it is leading to create a better multimodal transportation network, not just with the people of Maryland, but at the Transportation Planning Board, we're advocating with the governments in DC and the governments in Virginia as well. So we are fighting for a pot of money every single day with one other state and the district, to make sure that we properly get the investment needed to support all of you, so that every day, if you choose to, you can ride your bike to work. And with that, I'm going to turn it back over to Jamie, and thank you all so much for having me here.
Thank you so much, Delegate Fair, for your commitment to ensuring that the conversation around transportation funding in our community remains relevant and top of mind in Annapolis and throughout the year. So I am excited to welcome our next speaker, but first let's do another thank you and congratulations to all of the county and city agencies and departments who woke up at 4:30 this morning so that you could enjoy Bike to Work Day. This is the one time a year I get up this early, so next year we might do bike from work day. We'll see. Okay, so I am excited to welcome our next speaker, a person who has been involved in and supportive of so many aspects of transportation planning, funding, and implementation here in the city of Frederick, and on behalf of our community through Metropolitan Washington Council of Governments and statewide. While serving our community on the City Council, she is also our Transportation Services Advisory Council representative, as well as our Maryland Municipal League liaison. And in her spare time, she is a member of the Transportation Planning Board. Please join me in welcoming City Council member Kelly Russell. I mean, you and I both. Here we go. Okay.
Dynamite comes in small packages, that's all I'll say. Look at that, it adjusts. There you go. Good morning, everybody. Thank you for being here. This is great. I have been really honored and privileged in my political career to be in a position to advocate for cycling and walking and connectivity and safety and all of those wonderful things. And so I just want to say to you, you make my job easy, because by being the community that is so impassioned and so entrenched and really just enthusiastic about bicycling and walking and all of these other modes of transportation, you make my job easy. I don't have to sell people anymore. It used to be out there and it was like, this is important, but the community, you guys do it. So it's thanks to all of you, the participants and the advocates. You make this really special. It makes it easy for me to do my job. And so I just wanted to say thank you to all of you. I also wanted to give a shout out. Today is Peace Officer Memorial Day, and thank our law enforcement officers who are here today helping us with this and all over the country for the work that they do every day. And have fun.
Did you know it adjusts and you guys just didn't tell me? Because I mean, I'm getting a good calf muscle workout. I don't want to talk about it being wireless. Excellent. All right. Thank you, Councilmember Russell. I really appreciate the work that you do here in our community and regionally to support transportation. Do me a favor. One more round of applause for our first time Bike to Work Day participants. I know there's a bunch of you out there, and I know it's tough to get up early when it might rain and join us here, so congratulations and thank you. All right, Frederick is rich with advocates and enthusiasts working hard to improve multimodal access, whether on one wheel, Scott's doing, no, we're good, okay. Whether on one wheel or on six, yes, the buses have 6 wheels, sorry Mary. I'm excited to introduce someone who has given many years of service to our community, sharing his knowledge on safe cycling as well as his love for penny farthings. Shane Boucher has led many efforts to improve cycling here in Frederick through his involvement with many organizations and as the Community Outreach Coordinator for the Frederick Bicycle Coalition. Under his watch as Campus Bike Coordinator, Thermo Fisher Scientific in Frederick was named a Gold Bicycle-Friendly Business by the League of American Cyclists. And Shane was recently profiled by Commuter Choice Maryland, which helps to reduce vehicle miles traveled here in our state. Please join me in welcoming my friend Shane Boucher, the chair of the Frederick County Bicycle and Pedestrian Advisory Commission.
Way to go, Frederick! I'm really excited to go ahead and share with you the exciting opportunities, and this thing moves so I won't move it anymore. Frederick County has become the premier destination for cycling enthusiasts in the area. We have commuter bike lane, we have off-road recreational trail, we have rustic road, we have gravel road, we have something for everybody at all skill levels. And if you haven't done it yet, I encourage you to take the highly scenic covered bridge tour, which takes you through our beautiful country while you learn about our historic landmark. And a great opportunity to do this would be our Tour de Frederick on Saturday, June 7th. Get registered and enjoy a day of riding with your friend out in the country. Bike commuters, we love you. Woo! Every time I ride on New Design Road, I see more and more cyclists using the protected bike lanes. Please spread the word about the growing bike community that we have here, and we thank you for inviting your friend and your family, and I saw somebody brought her daughter here today as well. So thank you for bringing and coming here to Bike to Work Day. And we host the only race of its kind, our high wheel race in National Public Fire Rail Race. You might see a lot of high wheels in town, but I can tell you right now that this is very unusual. Frederick is very lucky to have so many high wheelers in this town, and we invite you to come out on the second Saturday in July, July 12th. We have 8,000 to 10,000 people. If you've never done it, it's a great event, it's a fun event, and it really helps to support our downtown community. So we invite you to show up for that. And volunteers, we could use volunteers. So see that lady over there raising her hand? If you want to help volunteers, go see Patty. She will put you to work. If you're looking for a bicycle group, we got them all. We got a bicycle group that want to go fast and hard uphill. We got a bike group that just want to go ahead and take it easy and just do mellow velo. We also got a bike group, the Frederick Peddlers, that's been with us for so long. They will provide an opportunity for anybody of all abilities to show up. So feel free to join those groups. However, we need your support to go ahead and make Frederick County a bicycle and pedestrian friendly destination. The Bicycle and Advisory Commission needs your active participation to help develop and implement our plan to enhance our infrastructure and accessibility. Just by you showing up today, you are sending a strong message to your elected leaders that we want an active transportation network here in the city of Frederick and in Frederick County that is safe for all users. And so I urge you to go ahead and join us in advocating for these improvements, and together we can create a community where not only cycling but running, walking, strolling, and rolling are viable modes of transportation. We cherish this high quality of life that really enriches our life, and it's a big reason why we all love living here in Frederick. So thank you for your support and commitment to making Frederick County a model of active mobility. And let's move Frederick, let's move Frederick County, let's move forward together. Amen.
Thank you for your words, Shane. I'm looking forward to seeing you at the high wheel race again this year and hope for cooler temperatures for all of us, including the volunteers. All right, the next person I'd like to introduce is, in addition to being the quintessential bike advocate, is someone who walks the walk, or rather rides the ride every day. You can catch her getting around on her pink bike, and if I may be so bold, carrying more gear than any person I've ever seen. I'm impressed. It's ridiculous. In addition to taking gorgeous photographs and playing a mean fiddle with the Frederick Symphony Orchestra, I'd also like to remind everyone that this person was in fact Transit's Commuter of the Year back in the day. Her photo was on a bus once, and we ought to make that happen again. Please join me in welcoming my friend Alyssa Boxell, Chair of the City of Frederick Active Mobility Advisory Committee.
Thanks, everybody. I don't usually prepare remarks, but I did, so forgive me for reading off of my phone. Good morning, everyone. On behalf of the City of Frederick Active Mobility Advisory Committee, thank you all for bicycling to work. In fact, thank you for bicycling in general, for being a part of this vibrant, dynamic community of cyclists that Frederick can call its own. I had to take a moment earlier this week to realize that the first year that I participated in Bike to Work Day, some 17 years ago maybe, the t-shirt color that year was red too, so I guess you can say I've come full circle. The day doesn't go by that I'm not grateful for cycling. It's changed my life in more ways than I can count. It's hopefully helping me keep moderately healthy as I get older. Over the years, it's saved me unknown sums of money, and I wish I did know that number, on gas and car maintenance costs. It's allowed me to see and travel a lot of really cool places from right here in Frederick to across the Atlantic. It's connected me with so many amazing people, bolstering my support system when I needed them the most. And as previously mentioned, it got my picture on the side of a bus for a year. For me, it all started with bike commuting. At first, a humble 7/10 of a mile from my house to this very train station, and a little while later, 4 miles and change down to the Monocacy Mark station. Bike commuting was a gateway recreational substance of sorts that pulled me in, and I've never looked back. So I want to thank the folks I've worked with and still work with on the AMAC, and those who work alongside us for making bicycling better in Frederick City and Frederick County. The fellow AMAC members, past and present, City Planner David Edmondson and his colleagues in the Planning and Engineering Department, Councilmember Kelly Russell, Mayor O'Connor, and others in city government who are supporting these efforts, the County BPAC and our new County Bike Ped Coordinator, Noah Fossick, Transit Services of Frederick County, County Executive Fitzwater and members of the County Council, members of our state and federal delegations helping to fight the good fight in Annapolis and on Capitol Hill. And I'm thanking every one of you out there on the bike, whether today or any other day. You're showing this community that bicycling matters, that it works, that it's worth doing and worth protecting. So let's keep riding.
Thank you so much, Alyssa. And thank you so much to everyone who joined us today. I'm going to wrap up now and send you on your two-wheel way, but not before I say thank you to our transit team. Roman, Jamie, Mary, Sue, Karen, Victoria, and all of the drivers, dispatchers, and operations staff who work tirelessly every day to provide multimodal transportation with bike racks on front of every bus. Have a great bike